Hey there, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Platinum Achievements. As always, I'm Ray. Today is 3/26. That is a Tuesday. I'm recording this very late, but I'm going to get it up to you very shortly. It was a pretty hectic weekend. Saturday night into Sunday, Sammy slept for, a decent chunk spread out by a nap. And then I got like 3 hours of sleep, so it was great. So I really didn't have the energy to record an episode. It's been a lot of fun the past week. Me and Sammy have been playing a game called Slime Rancher, as I've probably mentioned in the last episode. And we've kind of got a ritual down now where I come home from work and we go upstairs and play Slime Rancher for about half an hour. It's real cute. He really enjoys the game. It's absolutely adorable. And yeah, it's been a week. We've been playing a few different games. I've been spreading myself out a little too thin. I'm gonna try to corral that and not have too many games in my rotation. That way I can focus on a few things and get a few things actually done. Currently on let's start with the Xbox side this week. Gamer score, we have 676,785. And that is due to a couple new games I've been playing. One is the Peanuts movie, Snoopy Grand Adventure. That game's actually been delisted. Somehow I was able to find a copy just randomly in GameStop. So I picked that up. It's a lot of it's honestly, it's an okay platformer. Sammy really likes the Peanuts movie. That's why I got this game. And he enjoys it enough. It doesn't grab his attention as much as, say, like a Rocket League or like Slime Rancher. So not exactly like a priority game. Plus it's all single player. There's nothing that can, be unobtainable. It's a pretty straightforward game. It's just going to take I think it takes about 8 to 10 hours to complete because you got to find all the Snoopy outfits and basically kind of Metroidvania your way through the game. So it's okay. It's the game that I play downstairs with Sammy when I'm watching him and when he just wants to hang out. And I also followed that up with the other game I picked up at GameStop for $5, and that would be Call of Duty Modern Warfare from 2019. I've been really jonesing for a Call of Duty game, and this seems like a very straightforward, more or less simple Call of Duty. I've heard good things about the campaign, and then there's the Spec Ops missions, and I'm looking forward to it. I've been enjoying my time with it. That's the gameplay you're actually seeing on screen now. I'm gonna let you know a little secret. I'm playing the game on Recruit, and I'm god awful at Call of Duty. I'm not good no more. And what I want to attribute that to is I had to adjust the brightness a few times. I probably cut that out of the video. And I was sitting pretty close to the TV, actually. So my little blind eyes were having trouble with it. I'm just so out of practice with first-person shooters. I've been playing too many casual games. And I might try the multiplayer. I don't know how active it would still be. But I was really craving a modern military shooter. And this is definitely scratching that itch. I'm having a lot of fun with it so far. I think I'm on the 4th mission right now. And what I actually really appreciate is looking at the achievements. It doesn't look like there's anything crazy. It looks like it's just do XYZ in each mission. I didn't see any collectible achievements on there, which is cool. I have a Maka's Guide pulled up, or playlist ready to go. So that's been a lot of fun to just, check the achievements off as I go. It's been fun. I just recently did the, what is it? The embedded mission where you have a companion cinder block. So you carry that from beginning to end. That was fun. I enjoy achievements like that where you have to play the game a different way. And I did the other one for that mission where you have to kill everyone in the courtyard. So pretty fun. Just to further illustrate how bad I am at the game, the footage you're seeing is on regular difficulty. And I'm getting mowed down a few times. And I've already told you what that's attributed to. So I'm just bad at these games. Now, on to the trophy side of things. We are looking at 101 platinum still, 665 gold, 900 silver, 2141 not plats. Ooh, imagine that many platinums. 2141 bronzes. And mostly, excuse me, I've been coming in and out of, or phrasing, I've been dabbling with some Bully, and I've really been playing a lot of Slime Rancher. I've been getting back into that. I'm making some progress there. I think I made it finally to the, final area, which is cool. I got my pens all set up. I made some mistakes as you do in that game, corrected them. The spinny, I think they're called the Dervish slimes, where they create like tornadoes. I tried to have them in with some of my other slimes. Doesn't work, so I got them their own little quadrant to throw their tornadoes as much as they want. And like I said, I mostly play that with Sam, actually. Just come home, play for like maybe a half hour while he just sits on my lap, and he really enjoys it. His favorite thing to do is just pull up the map by hitting the trackpad all the time, so progress is slow when I play with him. But like I said, I have not been following my own rules of really focusing on a game. I've really been honestly, I've been kind of all over the place doing a little game jumping, which I don't like to game jump. And I really gotta like hone that in. So I think on the Xbox side of things, I'm gonna focus on the Call of Duty Modern Warfare. And on the PlayStation side, I will focus on Slime Rancher is going to keep going. That's going to just, because that's just the game me and Sammy are having fun playing. But I'm going to focus on Bully, working on that one. And we will go from there. I think after Bully, I will hop back to Alan Wake, try to finish that. And on the Xbox side, yeah, it's mostly going to be Call of Duty. Downstairs, it might be Snoopy. Or maybe I will find another, kid-friendly game to play, like Gears 3, or, something of that ilk. So what I thought I would do this episode is I thought I would go over my most common method for hunting. And what I mean by that is how I break down choosing a game to the resources I use to determine, one, if I want to play that game and commit to it, and how to go about unlocking the achievements, and just, how I go about tackling a game, essentially. So the game and resources and just like my common, checklist of how I tackle each section of a game. This will, of course, vary based on the game. If I have a buddy to co-op a game with, which are, these days are, pretty slim, just with, it's very hard to schedule co-op time with the boys and or maybe the girls when, it all depends if Sammy goes to sleep on time, what his nightly schedule is, how my schedule is, how I'm feeling after work, typical life things. So, let's see. I have it all written down here. And yeah, this is just how I generally go about hunting achievements and trophies in games. There are so many different ways to go about this. No strategy is more valid than the other, but maybe you'll find some helpful tips and tricks in here to go about your hunts. That's the goal here. And I want to make sure... What am I trying to say here? I'm losing it. It's been a long day. Sammy was pretty good. We went for a little stroll. It was fun. But yeah, there are, like borderline infinite strategies for tackling hunting achievements and trophies based on your playstyle, based on your personal, hunting journey that you're on. And really all of them are valid, except for paying to have people unlock them. Gary. Never let you live that down. Now, what I will say is if you're going to follow this, I guess it's a singular strategy is what I'm going to give you, but this is, again, just how I go about it. Just beware of spoilers at pretty much like every step of the way. Like, I'm not going to show you spoilers or anything, but the way that I go about it, there's a risk of spoilers. I try not to spoil things for myself, especially campaign-related things, but just be wary of that when you're using some of these tips and tricks to hunt your achievements and trophies. So the first thing I do is, I find a game. And based off of a trailer or reviews or just, word of mouth, I look up the trophy/achievement guides online, and by that I mean like text guides. If you go to like a PSN profiles, or sometimes on True Achievements, or maybe xboxachievements.com. Honestly, if you just type into Google trophy, X game trophy guide, X game achievement guide, you will generally find a good guide that will give you time breakdown, difficulty, expectation. I know on maybe it's xboxachievements.com, sometimes on True Achievements, a lot of times on PSN profiles, they'll have like an actual guide breakdown that will even tell you like some of them are grindy, what are your missables, unobtainables. Those are the big ones to look out for. And as far as like spoiling achievements and trophies for myself, that's really the extent that I like to go down. Like, what am I gonna have to keep an eye out for? Missables, unobtainables. Unobtainables really break an experience for me, but the missables are the big thing you want to look out for. But mainly those guides are to check for difficulty and potential time investment, because if the game's easy, like if it says it's like a 2 out of 10, but it's like a 20-hour game, I'll look into that. Usually it's like a grind thing maybe, but always check. I would say those two criteria, difficulty and time investment, and also the amount of missables, those really factor into if I'm gonna start a game, unless it's something I'm very interested in from a franchise, especially like a story game, like Gears of War, for example. They are notoriously difficult to complete. I've completed a couple of them. I think Gears 2, Gears of War, Judgment, those are the easier ones. But then you have like a Gears 3 and then Gears 4 and 5. I would consider all of those pretty tough. Gears 3, not so much. Gears 3 is doable. It's just a big grind. Gears 4 and 5 are tough. And I mostly go into those for the story because I love the lore of the world they created. Another big franchise similar to that, Halos. I've completed my fair share of Halos. They are tougher as of the last few installments, like the Master Chief Collection, Halo. No, I think I did 5. Halo Infinite's tough. I don't like lasso runs, that's for sure. But yeah, if you really feel like playing a certain game, I urge you not to let a hard completion stop you. Just go in enjoying the game, and if you get trophies or achievements, that's fine. If you want to go for that completion, more power to you. I don't blame you. But some of them are tough. Now, once I go through those guides and I check everything and the game meets my criteria of expectation, I will choose the game. And again, I'll look at those same guides to look at the multiplayer component, if there is one, if there's unobtainables, and if there's missables. Again, that's like the second layer of checking that I do. Once I decide on a game by checking those text guides and all of that, then I will go to YouTube and I will look for there's a few people I use achievement videos for. My go-to is Maka. There's also Achievement Land and a few others, and then there's like just some random people that I will find a playlist for and I'll use them. And what I'll do is I'll save the playlist to my YouTube as just like a consulting list to like kind of check down. You can make your own lists on YouTube of videos, so you can, and I have an achievement video list as well. You can just make your own playlist. You can save playlists if the artist or the creator has, curated their own. And then sometimes for shorter games like a Planet of Lana or like off the top of my head, Hello Neighbor 2, you can find like full game walkthroughs. Those are I've used my fair amount and I enjoy doing so. It really depends on the game. Something like a Hello Neighbor 2 where I'm not super invested and I don't have like a lot of time to try and like figure it out, and if it's a little janky in the controls and the play, I will follow a full guide and honestly kind of go beat by beat. I find that kind of therapeutic in a way for certain games. Or you can use it to kind of, if you get stuck on a section, just like scrub through to your section, figure out a puzzle, for example, like Planet of Lana. I had to do that a couple times. But I'll keep those kinds of videos saved for reference if I need them. Now, once you have what I would call your external sources figured out, be it those guides, text or video or whatever you feel like using. Then I go on to both systems, and I'm glad they both have this feature now. And I'm glad PlayStation fixed theirs, because I had a few issues with it before. But I go through and I select the few achievements or trophies that I want to work on first or just keep an eye on. And I think on PlayStation it's called pinning them, and on Xbox it's like adding them to your favorites, I think. I think that's the nomenclature they use. But basically it pulls them to the top of the achievement or trophy list, and it's just a quick reference guide. I just like putting immediate goals at the top, and it's a cool feature. I'm glad they have it on the ecosystems now. So I'll do that. And then once you have all of that, once your preparations are done, it's time to start hunting. So you hop in your game, you play it however you want, however you enjoy your video game. Some tips that I will give you really depends on the game. Because even for games like Call of Duty, definitely games like Gears of War and Halo, I do the campaigns first because I like the campaigns. But for some games, like best example I can think of is like a Titanfall 2. I remember there weren't a lot of multiplayer things that needed to be done. I want to say like maybe it was just complete like 5 matches. Anything like that where it's like complete 5 matches, complete X amount of matches, this playlist. Dude, like simple things for multiplayer, I would recommend doing those first, simply because you never know with these kinds of games. I mean, it's a safe bet with something like a Titanfall or, excuse me, Titanfall or a Gears or a Halo. A lot of these games, pretty safe to say the multiplayer is going to be populated for a while. Now, if you wait too long, you're not going to be as good as everyone else, because people are just going to jump into those modes first anyway, because, you know, multiplayer's king, even though I think campaign's way better. So that's the risk you run. I recommend tackling as much multiplayer as you can first, unless you're really jonesing to find out what's going on in these stories, which I usually am. So, again, multiplayer first, campaign first, it's really up to you, but you want to make sure you tackle multiplayer stuff early enough where they don't become harder to do. Now, you could always, you know, tackle things with buddies later if the games allow that. You know, again, however you want to hunt these games. So that's generally how I go about hunting achievements and trophies in video games. And I love it. I really enjoy the sub-hobby within the gaming hobby. It's a niche hobby for sure, but I thoroughly enjoy it. That's why I make these videos too. I enjoy talking about them. And this is just how I go about my initial hunting. And really, depending on the game, my style and my approach is going to be different. So, for longer games, or games that require a lot of extra effort, and some things either can't be done solo, or they're much easier to be done co-op, I'll usually always try to wrangle in a buddy or two. My buddy Christian, I would play a lot of co-op games with. James, my little babushka, we play some games together. When we did, we would play some games together, and it really depended. He was not always for trophies and achievements, but sometimes the games just kind of lined up where he was interested in them. I think we played a lot of Back 4 Blood as a group, and it's always fun. Me and Christian play the We Were Here games. Those are pretty fun co-op games. Very interesting. We don't play it exactly how you're supposed to. Like, you're supposed to not be in a game party. You're supposed to, like, use a walkie-talkie to communicate. It's whatever. But, yeah. Some games do require you to have a group and to essentially boost, like GTA 5 heists, or what I actually found a fun achievement hunting group doing was the BioShock 2 multiplayer. So, communication and planning is key for this aspect of trophy and achievement hunting. Sammy's freaking out. Let me check on him. In case you couldn't, I'm being a little louder than usual, I would say. Let's bring the volume down a little bit, because Sammy's trying to sleep, and he's not having it. So I might go check on him in a second. But that's really it, guys. As far as trophy and achievement hunting, like, that's just a very simplified way that I go about it. I wanted to give you guys the strategy that I implement usually. It's very helpful to make sure you're not playing a bunch of games that just can't be done, or, jumping into something that you're really not ready to commit to. And take it or leave it, Implement some of those strategies, don't implement others. It's up to you. This is your platinum achievement journey. I'm not going to tell you how to do it. Just don't buy them from people, Gary. Now, something else I wanted to talk about is on the Xbox, at least, because I'm using the Xbox to figure out what an upcoming game is to recommend. On the Xbox, they're running a sale right now currently, and I believe they're both going until the 4th. Let me double check that real quick. The 4th of April, so maybe about a week or so left. Oh, okay, so one of the sales actually ends on the 29th, so in about 3 days. So we're cutting it close with this one. I would try to get this edited and up at least tomorrow, so the 27th, and Godspeed getting some of these deals. But the Xbox has a deal right now going where it's buy one, get one free on some DLCs. Pretty cool. Let's see if they got any good ones in here. So because I'm terrible with money, or I used to be, a lot worse. Most of these DLCs that I'm interested in I have, but they have so it's buy one, get one free. The Alien Isolation DLC is on here. You got some Assassin's Creed stuff. A variety of Assassin's Creed. So you got Valhalla. You got the Black Flag Season Pass, which is cool. Some Doom stuff. Borderlands. Doom Eternal. Yeah, a lot of Assassin's Creed, a lot of Doom. Some Dragon Ball Z stuff. That's cool. Far Cry's. Oh, Golf with Your Friends. Maybe I'll pick up one of the packs. Hot Wheels DLCs. Injustice. I think I saw some Mortal Kombats too. Yeah, so definitely take a look at these deals real quick. Get on here and check as soon as you listen to this podcast to make sure you take advantage of that. So yeah, buy one, get one free. I would imagine you're paying for the more expensive one. I tried those shenanigans when I was in grade school at a Scholastic book fair, if you guys remember that, with the big steel cabinets that you open up and there's a whole bunch of books and it's really cool and they're really overpriced. But I tried that once where I'm like, I'm going to buy this $4 book and get this $20 book for free. And the lady's like, nah, not how it works. And I'm like, please, I don't remember a friend's name at the time who volunteered their mom to do this, but please, Gary's mom, let me do this. She's like, nope, can't do that. I'm like, crap. So couldn't do that. I don't think Microsoft will do that now either. But that's one of the deals. Another really cool... so that was the first deal. Another really cool deal they got going on right now, which will actually end on the 5th of April, is a buy one, get 3 free on Lego games? What? Are you kidding me right now? So they got a bunch of great Lego games listed here. I think it's pretty much borderline all of them. Hang on, let me move my mic a little bit. I want to make sure I'm getting some audio in here for you guys. The Lego they're not on sale either, unfortunately. But I mean, they essentially are. So you're paying probably, borderline full retail for what you get in here. And I own a couple of these. But you could save a significant amount of money if you hop in this. So there's stuff like the Star Wars Skywalker Saga or the Harry Potter collection, DC Supervillains, Lego Jurassic Park, the Lego Batman games, the Lego Marvel games as well. Oh, you could actually get they have the Lego Marvel collection, which is Lego Marvel Avengers. Wow, you could snag a decent chunk of this. Actually, it's about the same price. No, well, nah, that would be a good deal. Again, the 3 there. The Lego Hobbits, Lego movie games, Lego Ninjago. Yeah, so there's a good chunk of Lego games, and again, that one goes to the 5th. So definitely, if you're interested, the achievements generally aren't too bad in the Lego games. They're just a little grindy. Definitely check both of those deals out because those are pretty good deals. I'm gonna I'm going to forego the Lego one because I'm kind of over Lego games at this point. They really kind of burned me out. I will definitely be looking at that DLC list for sure. Probably going to pick up some golf with friends. You know what I'm saying? The recommended game for the week is a little game called Minute. And I can't remember if I've already recommended this, but I'm recommending it now, and I will do a better job of keeping track of these, I promise. I have a spreadsheet. I just have to utilize it. But Minute. It is black and white. Top down, like old school Zelda, plays like old school Zelda, and you have a minute in the world before it resets. Now, the difference is, and now that I think about it and I explain it, I'm pretty sure I recommended this before, but who cares? This is my show. You're just going to take my recommendations as they come. So once you get like a special key item, I would say, like if you go and you get like a sword, or you get the watering can, or you get who knows what else there is. I can't remember at this point, but once you get one of those items, it stays in your inventory. And basically that allows you to open up other locations within that minute. So by the end of the game, you are able to run through the entire game within a minute. Now that will be determined by the correct weapons you have, the correct shortcuts you are able to unlock each run. It's a load of fun. I highly recommend it. I've completed it on both the Xbox and the PlayStation. I want to say they gave it away on PS Plus at one point, on the Essential tier, and I loved it so much. I think at one point it went on sale on Xbox, or I may have even bought it at full price. I don't think it was that pricey. Let me actually check for you guys how pricey that game is. So Minute right now on the Xbox is $9, or I guess $10, not on sale. Even at that price, solid recommend for Minute. It's a very fun game. I wish they would make more games like it. I wish there was a follow-up like a Minute 2, or dare I say, the easy sequel would be 2 minutes. Quite the funny guy. 2 minutes would be funny though if they just kept upping it like that, or maybe they just call it another minute. That could be fun too, because I don't want the loops to be too long, but the minute is a sweet spot. 2 minutes I think might be pushing it, but if they really blew out the world, I think that could be a lot of fun. So I highly recommend Minute on either platform you're playing. All right, and the upcoming game to keep your eye out for is a game called Children of the Sun. And the best way to describe this game, as the footage on screen is already probably describing it to you, is that you are a sniper taking out a cult, I guess, and you control the bullet. And it looks like a fun little puzzle game where you take out a bunch of cult members as a sniper bullet. I don't really know how else to explain it. It reminds me a little bit of a Super Hot, and that's pretty cool. It looks super enjoyable for me. Mileage will vary, but it looks pretty interesting. So definitely keep an eye out for this game. Again, that's Children of the Sun. So that brings another episode of Platinum Achievements to a close. Thank you everyone for taking the time to watch or listen to the video. It means a great deal to me that everyone is continuing to support the channel and the videos. If you could, give the video a like, share it with a game-loving friend, subscribe if you're feeling real saucy. Why don't you ring a ding the bell? Let me know down in the comments what you thought about my achievement hunting and trophy hunting strategy. Let me know some of your strategies that you implement. Also, let me know what you think about Minute and the upcoming game Children of the Sun. And let me know any games that I'm missing that I should keep on my radar. Just a little bit of a side note, I do plan on upping some of the quote-unquote production value in the coming weeks. That's the plan. I don't want to spoil what that stuff might be, and hopefully I can get around to doing it. Thanks for watching, everyone. Keep on hunting, boys and girls. And remember, don't wake Sammy. He's a sleeping angel, but he is a force to be reckoned with. Bye.